As an integrated school, we bring together Protestant, Catholics and others, and when we go back to our mission statement, which is about educating children together, sharing every day, we felt we had a responsibility to not only deliver aspects of the curriculum, but also to develop our children into well-rounded citizens. We had a text that our English department studied in school, which generated mixed attitudes from our parents, from our staff, from pupils as well, and it brought about a chance for us to go back and look at our school aims. And our school aims were very much about promoting peace and reconciliation, and also to allowing us to educate each other. So we felt there was a learning opportunity to go back, and we formed a group within the school of staff that came from different backgrounds, also staff that came from different specialist areas, because we felt as educators that we have a responsibility to develop our young people so that they can go out into the society and be involved in peace and reconciliation within Northern Ireland. We reached an agreement as staff that we were more than just a school that teaches qualifications, that teaches subject knowledge so that you can come out with so many grades, that we were more than that as an integrated school, because we're preparing our children as citizens. Children are coming in from Catholic schools, from Protestant schools, and we have some children that have had an integrated education from the age of 4, so it's quite a mix there. So we are working with parents who initially perhaps have demonstrated that commitment to integration, because integration is about inclusion. But there is no doubt about it, we had to promote to parents that we're prepared to take risks and that we are prepared to deal with controversial issues as they come up, and we are not going to adopt an approach of that's not something we talk about because we're an integrated school. In fact, the opposite. We want to give our pupils the skills and the staff the skills to be able to listen to each other, to be able to have those different viewpoints, but to be in the same room together and educate each other. So we try to keep our parents, in terms of communication, as involved as possible. So whatever methods we're using in school, that would be communicated to our parents. Whatever fact files that we would produce on controversial issues, like we've had a lot of commemorations. We've had from the Easter Rising to the Battle of the Somme, which are big events in Northern Ireland and in our Irish history, which again can be controversial, can create a polarised view, depending what religion or identity you associate with. So the fact files on that, because we have adopted an approach of bring things back to historical significance, and suddenly it becomes maybe less controversial because you're back to the facts. Our reputation and how we promote our school, we're quite open about that we will deal with topics, and we put that on our website and we email out, and we will get questions. We will get questions on, well, why are you dealing with that? But it's that dialogue. Well, we're dealing with this, and this is the way we're dealing with it, and we're very sensitive about how we're dealing with it. So yes, you can reach, and you can also get local politicians who like to get involved. And sometimes the bigger challenges come from individuals like that. Again, a lot comes back to language. We do a lot of work on emotional communication. It is important that children are able to express how they feel. I think that's a learning curve for us. They need to express how they feel, but we feel the work we're doing and giving them words and language that they can use, that it's not disrespectful, that you can be in the same space but actually say, I don't agree with what you're saying but I respect your opinion. So it's that language. Now, when children come to us in first year, we have very good induction programs where we would bring the children out for team building days, and we begin that process from the moment they enter the school. But yes, we still have conflict. I'm not saying that we have a situation where everything is fine, but we feel there is a process that kicks in. Our restorative work, for example, in school is a great structure for exploring conflict, because our restorative practices allows the two people who are involved in the conflict to talk about how they feel, how the conflict came about, and that powerful, what do we need to do now to move things on? What do we need to do to make it right? And we continue to upskill children on that language, because when they leave school, they're going to be in a work environment, a university environment where there is conflict. So we feel that's transferable. So the restorative practice, again, gives the children a language, and our parents are very aware that when there is conflict, and conflict isn't always about religion, in fact, it's probably quite a small percentage of what we're doing, it's just fallouts. And yes, we would have examples in the school, very small number of examples of perhaps where there has been conflict, where sectarian comments have been made, because it's maybe in reaction to something that's going on in the news. And sometimes our children will come out with something, and when you question them, they don't know why they said that, or they've heard it somewhere. So that education begins again. So I think that's our emphasis, that we use conflict as a learning opportunity. We try to revisit, well, why did you make that comment, and keep that probing going. Now, you need a lot of energy to keep going like that, but we feel that the long-term benefits are there, because the children themselves are aware of the process of how they resolve, and in some cases can resolve the conflict themselves. We have a fabulous group in the school called the Anti-Bullying Ambassadors, because we believe very much in peer learning. And so we have groups of children that form committees. We have a welcoming committee, we have an anti-bullying committee, we have an eco committee, as a lot of schools do. But it's fascinating to see those children resolve friendship issues, particularly the anti-bullying ambassadors, because they have been through this process. So this is transferable to very minor examples of conflict, and then those children can take that when they leave school into something and make a big difference.